Little pencil tricks to distract me.
How are you?
Fine. I haven't seen you in a long time. I mean, except for last night, but I mean, it's been...
Well, the other night in front of my house, I saw a guy jogging naked. I said to him, how come? He said, 'cause you came home early.
These are the funniest interviews ever aired on The Tonight Show, hosted by Johnny Carson from NBC Studios in Burbank, California. Over the years, Carson welcomed legendary comedians, silver screen icons, and late-night television stars who turned his show into the place where all of America came to laugh before going to bed. And now, let's get started with the very first entry.
19 years, John.
That's right.
Don't milk it anymore. Walk away.
By 1983, Don Rickles had appeared on Carson's couch so many times that it had practically become his second career. By Rickles' own estimate, he had made more than 100 appearances on the show over the years.
I try to do one show for a long time rather than 6 or 7 like you for a month or two, and then...
What the hell is this, a witch hunt?
Carson called him Mr. Warmth, while Dean Martin gave him the nickname the Merchant of Venom. Both of those nicknames stayed with Don Rickles for the rest of his life.
You're gonna flunk your driving test. You keep doing that.
I did.
You already flunked.
Yeah, I forgot that.
Okay, pull over, Carson.
Sit down, don't you?
May 6th, 1983 marked one of the funniest interviews ever on Carson's The Tonight Show. And from the very first minute, the reason why became perfectly clear.
You were sitting in the car going, was I driving too fast? Just pull over, Carson. I watch late night news. Now, you don't have to laugh, Ed. You got the job. It's okay.
For nearly 14 straight minutes, Rickles tore through the room in full insult
The
mode.
last time I saw you was at the Beverly Hills Hotel. You said to me, come on up to the room. I want to show you something. And we were up in the room, and there were 5 little girls on a swing. You went, go on a swing. You were single then. Single, in case there's anybody listening. Single.
Okay, I like children. Big deal.
He took shots at Carson, Ed McMahon, the band, and anyone else who happened to make eye contact with him.
How you doing, Snooky? I spoke to the people in Watts. You're the man with the...
It wasn't just a funny line. It was the moment the most powerful man in late-night television leaned back behind his desk and laughed uncontrollably, while the short man beside him practically took over the entire show.
Are you a good sailor? Are you good on water?
Well, I was in the Navy for 3 years as you were. You were an ensign.
That's right.
I can't believe that. I just can't picture you on the bridge going, battle stations.
It was a little...
See, Jewish guys don't do that. We go, let's hide. Anyway, and the Italian guy goes, here's your battle stations. Battle station this.
That comedic formula was on full display in this interview more than in almost any of his other appearances, which is exactly why Carson Entertainment Group later chose Don Rickles to be featured in the very first volume of the Featured Guests DVD series.
Little pencil tricks to distract me. I almost caught you. Hey, give me a break. I'm struggling. Look at, see, that shows love. No, that shows love.
It'll be all right.
God forbid. No, that shows love that these people still love you in spite of what I'm saying to you.
I smoke between 15 and 20 cigars a day.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting.
Yeah.
At 93, if I can get it into a holder.
Well, it's the little things in life, not yours.
On the night of January 10th, 1989, George Burns walked onto the stage at the age of 92, with just 10 days to go before his 93rd birthday.
As your doctor said to you, now, George, you got
My doctor is...
Although the title of the video on Carson's YouTube channel still lists him as 94 years old, George Burns was actually 92 at the time. When he walked over to the host's desk, he had just been awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
When I got a cold, I don't drink. I don't smoke. I do the other thing.
Oh, you don't. So you're looking forward to your next cold soon, huh?
Okay.
And his new book, All My Best Friends, co-written with David Fisher, was also scheduled to be published later that year by G.P. Putnam's Sons.
He says, Norma Talmadge left me. I said, but Norma Talmadge left you 35 years ago. He says, I still miss her.
Let's talk about that.
Carson was so fiercely protective of the veteran Hollywood legend that David Letterman was reportedly not even allowed to book George Burns on Late Night.
So I came to the table, and there was sea bass. Well, I love sea bass, but I didn't want to hear that lousy joke. So I whispered to the waiter, I says, I'll have sea bass. And the waiter whispered back, if you can't see bass.
You can't see back at all.
Dressed in a sharp suit and holding his signature prop, Burns delivered one joke after another about old age, women, and longevity, with the unhurried rhythm of a performer who had been on stage since the days of vaudeville.
We were sitting at the Brown Derby, and the waiter came over. I said, I'll have bacon and eggs for lunch. He said, I'll have cream of wheat. He says, and I hate cream of wheat. I said, then why do you order cream of wheat? He says, Mary says it's good for me. I said, tell Mary to eat cream of wheat.
Carson settled into his familiar role as the straight man, leaving long pauses and quietly watching the comedy master work his magic.
I said, I'm going to have bacon and eggs. He said, I love bacon and eggs. Why don't you have bacon and eggs? He said, Mary says it's bad for me. I said, tell Mary not to eat bacon and eggs.
George Burns lived to the age of 100 and passed away in March 1996.
And the waiter came over. He said, I have bacon and eggs. And Jack says, I'll have bacon and eggs. I said, when the check comes, give it to Jack Benny. I said, why? He said, why should I pay for the check? I says, if you don't pay for the check, I'll tell Mary I had bacon and eggs.
You girls I get aren't worth getting anyway. You kidding? I get fat girl. Girl last week, a fat girl. Very fat girl last week. You kidding? How fat? She went swimming. She left the ring around the lake, okay? She's fat.
By February 1982, Rodney Dangerfield was in a very different place from when Carson first brought him onto the show at the age of
This
47.
girl was fat and ugly. Ooh, was she ugly.
Ugly, huh?
How ugly? Well, Christmas, they hang her and kiss the mistletoe, okay? She's ugly, I'm telling you.
His Grammy Award for Best Comedy Recording for the album No Respect was already sitting on his shelf. Caddyshack had made Rodney Dangerfield a movie star in 1980, and ABC's variety special, The Rodney Dangerfield Show, It's Not Easy Being Me, featuring Bill Murray, Aretha Franklin, and Valerie Perrine, was also about to air.
I got no energy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I get tired just holding up the magazine.
He also mentioned that television special during this appearance on The Tonight Show. Every time he joined Carson, Rodney Dangerfield followed the same familiar formula.
I mean, Johnny, I got no life. I got a waterbed. My wife calls it the Dead Sea.
And his appearance on February 18th, 1982, showcased that formula more clearly than almost any other. Walking out from behind the curtain, Rodney opened with a brief stand-up routine right in front of the band.
I mean, the other night I told her, I said, don't laugh behind my back. She said, I won't. The funny stuff's on the other side.
He then made his way to the couch and somehow kept firing off one joke after another without doing anything more than sitting there.
And my doctor, he don't help either, you know, Dr. Vinny Boombachi.
How is that? How's he doing?
I called up last week. I told him I had diarrhea. He put me on hold.
Dangerfield passed away in October 2004, but his appearances on Carson's show remain among the most watched moments in comedy.
Oh, I'm talking too much. Got a lovely young lady back there wants to come out. Hear what she has to say.
This is about it, huh?
No,
Men should have a certain amount of tenderness, right?
Sure.
A little kiss on the cheek can't hurt.
Walter Matthau appeared on the show on March 23, 1978, just over a week after his comedy House Calls, co-starring Glenda Jackson, premiered. It was also one of his two major film releases that year, alongside California Suite, which opened at Christmas.
I was once in a play, and I hadn't worked in about 2.5 years. And my opening line, think I hear the cannons roar. I got on the train from Philadelphia, and I practiced this line all the way. That, hark, I think I hear the cannons roar. Hark, I think I hear the cannons roar.
Commercially, Walter Matthau was at the absolute peak of his career. A decade earlier, he had won the Academy Award for The Fortune Cookie.
Hark, I hear the cannon. Hark, I hear. Hark. I got out there and I was nervous, and the curtain went up, and suddenly the sound effects, there was an enormous cannon's roar. And I said, what the hell was that?
The success of the Sunshine Boys and the Bad News Bears was still fresh, and audiences trusted his face on a movie poster, just as they trusted Johnny Carson's voice at 11:30 every night.
I'll tell you why I dropped my pants off camera when I was playing a scene with George Burns. Burns hadn't done a movie in 30 years or thereabouts, and he was very, understandably so, apprehensive. And the first thing he did was he blew a line. The next thing I did was drop my pants and bend over.
The interview centered around a long-winded story Mathau told about the time he was caught with his pants down off camera.
And Burns took a look at me and went absolutely into a fit of marvelous, restrained laughter. It relaxed him terrifically, and he was able to go from there.
Delivering one punchline after another was never his style. With a straight face, Mathau let Carson guess what was true and what was a joke. By the end of the story, the entire audience was doubled over with laughter, while Carson was wiping
the sight of
tears
my
from his
behind
eyes.
made him realize that practically nothing was worth getting uptight about.
Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, Walter Mathau remained a frequent guest on the show, making many appearances alongside Jack Lemmon.
Let me hear your race-calling voice.
What I do is I do an imitation of Clem McCarthy because I always loved.
Well, that's way down here, isn't it?
The native lands are on the outside, horsemen are on the rail, coming around the bend, and now they're neck and neck and head, and the crowd is out.
Yeah, you haven't seen each other, I suppose, since the show went off.
No. Gee, I was sorry to see it go off. Yeah. It's an easy show to work, this new one now. You work 4 weeks and you're off 48, which gives me a lot of time to do whatever I want. I had my car stolen.
And Steve and Edie, or were there other...
No, there were other people, the whole room full of people. I pulled up and a guy in a red jacket said, can I take your car? And I said, yeah. And I said, do I need a ticket? And he said, no, I don't think so. And that's the last I saw of him or my car.
It's true. Do you have any brothers and sisters at home? Playmates?
No. I have a sister.
Uh-huh.
No.
Really?
Yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no.
After 10 years as the tall co-star alongside Tim Conway and Carol Burnett on The Carol Burnett Show, Harvey Korman appeared on Carson's couch on November 9th, 1978.
The money and the success does not make you particularly
you'll
happy.
find out someday, Ed.
He said, doing one of his little cruelties that he has been known for among his own friends.
He had left the CBS series the year before, was starring in Mel Brooks' High Anxiety, and his ABC series, The Harvey Korman Show, was also on the air.
When you're out on the road and you're in a motel, and you're lonely, you don't know anybody, the television set becomes very important. I'm not kidding you. And it's important to connect with somebody that you know or somebody that you enjoy or like. I cannot tell you how terrible it is to tune into the Tonight Show and you ain't there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Also appearing on the show that night were Gary Coleman, Lily Palmer, and Larry Gatlin. The broadcast opened with a performance by Karnak the Magnificent.
Could you come back on the old schedule? For us. You can't just think of yourself.
You want me to go back 5 nights a week just because you can't get abroad in a motel room? Is this what you're saying?
That's the truth.
The Paley Center's program notes still preserve the details of Korman's segment. He opened with jokes about wanting Johnny to work more, then smoothly moved from one funny story to another, turning the entire interview into an exceptionally entertaining conversation.
It gets a little bad at meal times and cocktail hour and bedtime.
When you want food.
Yeah, food and bedtime is particularly.
Bedtime.
But I call up McLean and we discuss our careers. And we cry ourselves.
Harvey Korman had Carson doubled over with laughter and left the entire audience holding their sides. He passed away in May 2008.
Why don't you ever call me? We can hang out, you know?
Well, you're such a big star and all.
Oh, now, come on now. You know I'm always there. Call and we can play a little tennis.
Okay.
There's very little that government can do as efficiently and as economically as the people can do themselves. And if government would shut the doors and sneak away for about 3 weeks, we'd never miss them. Now, if the people wanted to...
Anybody you had in mind particularly?
They found out that people that earn more are happier than people that earn less. And they found out that well people are happier than sick people.
That's good. Well, that's
Now,
glad
this
to
was
know that.
$249,000 to find out it's better to be rich, young, and healthy than old, poor, and sick.
We read about my first guest tonight in a local Kansas newspaper, and she sounded like a more than remarkable woman. She's 105 years old. We thought you might like to meet her. Would you welcome, please, Mildred Holt.
Many older viewers still remember this interview more vividly than almost any other on the list. On August 26, 1987, Carson welcomed 105-year-old Mildred Sage Longhold from Ellsworth, Kansas.
We're talking with, may I call you Mildred?
Yeah.
Mildred
sure,
Holt
I
from
like that.
Ellsworth, Kansas, 105 years old. And we asked Mildred if she would like a little drink or a little water or something, and you said you'd like a highball. Now that's Midwestern expression, for sure.
And live on the air, Carson introduced her as the oldest guest ever to appear on The Tonight Show.
You're the oldest person I have ever met and ever had on this show.
That's the way it is at home. I'm always the oldest one they ever met.
Born in July 1882, as the youngest of 10 children, she was the daughter of a Union Army Civil War veteran. After the family lost most of its wealth during the Great Depression, her father ran a small boarding house in a Kansas town.
Somebody told me you wanted to ask me some questions. Is there...
Well, I hear you've had, what, 3, 4 wives.
Well,
That's great.
Really?
Good for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
She kept a diary throughout her life, recording recipes, card games, and the names of every guest who shared a meal with her. It all reflected the motto she lived by: I will never eat alone.
You don't drive a car, do you?
No, I had to quit 2 years ago, and that broke
Reportedly, a few days later, a reporter in Ellsworth sent her name to the show, and it was another 3 months before an invitation finally arrived. On the air, she spoke candidly about Carson's marital history, brushed aside his remark about her being the oldest guest ever to appear on the show, and showed no sign of being impressed by anything happening around her.
Well, what do you think about being movies? They have motion pictures now.
I don't like it.
You don't care for it?
No.
Yeah. You wouldn't go to see a picture of her?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Well.
What's...
In June 1991, she passed away at the age of 108. Yet that 8-minute interview remains one of Carson's most frequently replayed clips.
They say a certain amount is good.
It gives you a little pep.
You betcha.
But I don't want to talk about the book. I came out here 2 nights ago through the aviation miracle of the Airbus. That's right, the Airbus. Now, this is a delightful airplane. It was designed and built by the French and the Germans.
Yes.
And I think we all know what a loving, cooperative relationship those people have had.
By November 29th, 1985, David Letterman had completed 4 years as the host of Late Night on NBC, airing immediately after Carson's The Tonight Show at 12:30 a.m. Notably, the program was also produced by Carson's own production company.
It's called the Airbus, 1, because it in fact looks like a bus.
Yes.
2, it for sure smells like a bus. Now, here's the difference. The Airbus is not quite as fast as a real bus.
The road to that chair had always begun on Carson's couch. After his morning show was canceled in 1980, NBC reportedly kept Letterman on board with a contract worth $20,000 a week.
I looked around and my observation was they got a contract meant for transfer of prisoners. 1, that would do it. 2, the other group flying at people who can't afford trailways.
Right.
And 3 would be serious. Yeah. Now,
with the specific job of filling in for Carson, Letterman did it 22 times in his first year alone, and a total of 51 times over the course of his career.
Jet lag's not a problem if you don't get there. So
that night, he was promoting the book Late Night with David Letterman, along with NBC's primetime special, David Letterman's Holiday Film Festival, which was scheduled to air the following night.
So now it's dinner time, and they bring around the Airbus snack, and it's sealed in a container like this. You pry it open with a fire axe, and inside, honest to God, they got like vanilla wafers and a container of hot mustard. Because after all, it is the holidays.
That's right.
Yeah. So in the middle of this is some sort of unidentifiable protein mass. Now, if this had been a fishing trip, you'd call the captain and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, somebody put the chum in here with my lunch," but...
Lesson trip.
No, I'm not done yet.
Oh, cool, I see. Wait, you want to give me a nod when you are? So
okay, yeah.
I feel like George Burns here.
So they keep flashing this sign, lavatories occupied. And you know, that's their way of saying, all right, we know the food is darn near inedible, but see, apparently it can be digested. So you go into the lavatory, which, by the way, is sloped. The interior wall is sloped like the outside of the plane, so whatever you have to do in there is a hook shot.
There's certain things in this town, more than any other city in America. And it's hip. Suddenly, you have to do it if you want to be in. Perrier water. You know what I'm saying? I have a friend that's so stupid, she drinks Perrier and soda. I said, what kind of a drink is this?
The relationship between Joan Rivers and Johnny Carson was the most bitter of any on this list. Her appearance on November 1st, 1979 took place before everything fell apart.
Yes, I am in the process of suing Sinatra for support for the 5 years I would have lived with him if he had asked me. And it's getting ugly.
That's ugly.
Yeah, but it has...
Rivers first appeared on the show on February 17th, 1965. According to her, Carson leaned over and told her that she was going to be a star.
I saw a picture of her in one of the magazines this month on the front page. And boy, she
Oh, the
looked...
face, gorgeous.
And she had lost 35 pounds.
Well, it's like a drop in the Atlantic. I told her.
She went on to make nearly 100 appearances on The Tonight Show and served as guest host 93 times before becoming Carson's official permanent guest host from 1983 to 1986.
We went out last night, and I think she's learned her lesson, though, because we ended up at McDonald's, and we had, you know, good spread, and coming out, she got stuck going through the arch, and it was, you don't know.
By the time of this 1979 appearance, Joan Rivers had become a Las Vegas headliner and had just directed and co-written Rabbit Test, starring Billy Crystal.
We had to grease her thighs.
To get it to work.
Edgar pushed, and I held a Twinkie in front.
If you say so. I mean, would this woman lie? Would this woman make that up, folks?
In this interview, Joan Rivers described her ideal man in a lengthy monologue right at the host's desk, something Carson clearly delighted in. But what has kept this interview remembered to this day is everything that happened afterward.
Yeah, if you could have been somebody else, the most glamorous woman in the world, who would you... What would your ideal man? Who?
My ideal man? Besides Edgar and you two guys.
Of course.
Yeah, anybody.
Those were the funniest interviews that had Johnny Carson and the entire studio audience laughing non-stop on The Tonight Show. Even after all these years, those moments still prove why Carson is remembered as one of the greatest legends in late-night television. Which moment made you laugh the hardest? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss more fascinating stories about Johnny Carson and the legends of Hollywood.